All right. Poland versus USA.
Fight commentary breakdowns.
And this is a very controversial fight, by the way.
Why?
Because what you'll see is there was an armbar attempt, and according to the refs, it seemed to have sunk in, but all the Polish people, like these guys say, it did not sink in. So we will have to see who is right and who is wrong.
So the guy didn't tap.
The guy didn't tap, but apparently, according to the coach of the USA team when I interviewed him, there was a verbal submission. Like, he was like, ah!
Gotcha.
Or maybe in Polish, he was like, tap, whatever the word Polish is. But the Pole claimed that didn't happen.
Yeah. If you speak Polish, let us know what the verbal cue for I'm tapping is.
Exactly. So, Sergey and Svetlana are getting the opponents ready for this fight.
Here he's doing a little bit of bingo.
Bingo, exactly. So, peak submission from Ohio.
Nice.
The USA boys. That's Curtis, I believe.
Farm bred.
Yeah, farm bred. I believe that's... So he's one of the peak submission guys.
Nice.
Kind of looks like you. I'm just kidding. I'm being very
Gingers,
racist.
man. Gingers unite, bro.
So he's MBK.
When you say it looks like me, you mean devilishly good looking.
Devilishly good looking. Chris Pratt would be jealous. Kind of good looking. Yeah.
Give me that Chris Pratt money.
That's right. So that is Ryan, the big guy. I've interviewed him.
So this is called pummeling when you're going for underhooks here.
At Gdynia, they practice that every day.
Yeah, pummeling will get your arms super swole.
Mm-hmm. And bam, they are gonna fight the Poles. HFA. By the way, HFA is where those crazy fights we saw with the 2-on-2 MMA, that's where it happens.
Oh, nice.
So these guys are very well practiced for 2-on-2.
Interesting.
And of course, we saw this fight already. The Poles destroyed the Russians.
Yeah, I do remember that.
They're from Gdynia.
That big old Russian bear.
Yeah, the Russian bear. Look at that. Destroying him.
It took like 3 other fighters to take on that one bear.
Yep.
That's so crazy.
And this is Luki. Luki. One day, I might shave my head to be like that too.
Yeah.
I want to grow up to be like Luki, man. Look at that.
Yeah, you got a good shaped dome. You can pull it off.
Yep, agreed.
Some people aren't blessed with the shapely skull.
That's true.
You lucked out, Jer.
I did. So this is Jim Cooley. He is the commentator, official commentator for TFC.
Nice.
He's had a few fights under his belt too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he knows what he's talking about. At
Very
least he
nice.
can see what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the little headset he's wearing.
Yeah, very official. Very
official.
sports commentator.
Exactly.
Sports Center.
So remember this from season 2?
Yes.
Yep. They got destroyed by the Latvians, but then they came back and they beat the Belarusians. Because the Belarusians were all boxers. So they took the MMA fighting to the ground. And so they're in it for money. Look at the women dancing.
Ladies, what's up? Latvian ladies.
Latvian ladies. So the Americans put on a lot of weight, according to Jody, the team coach. So they're actually basically equal to the Polish, which is crazy. Although the Polish are taller, but the Americans pound for pound are equal.
I guess these guys don't really have to concern themselves too much with long, super cardio, like 3 rounds or anything like that, because it's all, nothing goes past 1 round.
Yeah, exactly. And then after the round, you get, I believe, at least half an hour of break. So you get to rest up before your next fight.
Wow, so this is tournament style. They do it all in one night?
Yeah, they do it all in one day.
That's hardcore. That's like old school. Like Babalu was telling me about back in the day when he first started, how he had to do 3 fights in one night.
Wow.
And they were like, each fight was like 30 minutes.
Wow.
So nonstop.
Yeah.
There was no rounds.
No rounds.
That was wild.
And so this is Jody. He's the team coach. I've interviewed him. And basically he's just saying, look.
He is heavy.
Yeah, he is heavy. He's a heavyweight. He's like, I believe him and Ryan have fought before. Maybe I'm wrong. But
Peak submission.
Peak submission USA.
Wow.
Yeah, so Jody is like, we're in it to win it, man.
He's
While the
ladies.
dancing happens.
There it is.
One of our sponsors, Nature's Wild Berry.
Thanks to Nature's Wild Berry.
Yeah, and basically what the berry does is it changes up your taste buds temporarily. So when anything sour hits the sour taste buds, it gets processed as sweet.
Yeah.
So it's a non-harmful type of way of sweetening your things. Because if you eat artificial sweeteners
Or
they
sugar.
or sugar in general, it destroys your body metabolism. Artificial sweeteners especially destroy the biome in your body. In other words, they destroy the good bacteria in your body. And then of course sugars have the problem with spiking your insulin and stuff like that.
Nice.
So this is Nature's Wild Berry. It's one solution where you can eat fruits, you can eat vegetables, and it'll taste sweet.
bam. So if you're a fighter and you're trying to cut weight and you do a green drink every morning that's super healthy and you want to make it taste good, Nature's Wild Berry will help you do it.
Exactly.
The creator actually lost 80 pounds when he first started taking the berry. It's a natural berry from Ghana.
Ghana. Which
is crazy. So give me your, you have a promo code.
Yeah, my promo code is just my name, Jerry Liu. Jerry Liu. So JERRYLIU, all one word. So when you go on their website and order, you get at least 15% off.
And free shipping.
And free shipping.
Hey.
So now they are going to bring out the fighters.
Nice.
That was perfect timing. Wow.
Yeah, worked out.
It worked out. Because again, a lot of you criticize me for criticizing the dancing, but come on, that dancing was like I could do the dancing, and you don't want to see me dance.
I won't judge. I think they're doing great.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, they're pretty, and I think that's all that matters.
Word.
They're
getting paid.
They're getting paid. Exactly. You hope so.
I hope so.
Maybe they're all like in debt to the mafia.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Go
US.
What's the ref's name?
Sergey Domnin.
Sergey and them are being held hostage.
That's right. So, bam! Our guy.
All right, here comes the USA. Team USA against Poland.
I'll turn up the volume slightly. Just wait here a little bit. It adds to our enthusiasm, too.
Ah, yes.
So what you're going to see very quickly is the fight even starts out controversial.
Okay.
What happens is one of the Polish guys just charges without even Sergey saying start. Yeah, you'll see. This is one of the most chaotic starts. Yeah, it's a false start.
Wow, these USA guys look a little bit smaller than the Poland team.
HFA versus peak submission.
Over to the judge.
So, touch gloves.
Here's Sergey.
Yep. So they touch gloves.
Sergey has to have a couple of professional fights out there somewhere, right?
I think so.
We should find them and review them.
Yep. So Sergey's asking if they're ready, and look at that! It just starts.
Oh, damn! Oh, he got dropped.
Yeah, I know he got dropped
right out the gate.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yep. And then Sergey's like, "Hey guys, stop! What the fuck's going on?"
Whoa, dude, that guy got rocked immediately. So I think what happened was they're so familiar with people like throwing these like wild winging punches. This guy just came in real tight, and he just put his shoulder behind it immediately, like a boxer.
Like a boxer.
And took him out. He came on the inside. Yep. That was amazing. He dropped him. That guy's probably still rocked.
Yeah, and just so you know, he broke his hand.
Oh,
yeah, he broke his hand. So he rocked the guy, but he broke his hand. So both of them. So now see, as you saw, he didn't go. He kicked instead of punched because his hand was broken.
He just took him right outside the ring.
And look at this.
They just keep striking while outside the ring.
So, but the Americans, right? They with their BJ.
Oh,
look
got the
right there.
Wow.
And this is the controversial decision. He's like, no. I didn't get my arm potentially snapped.
Wow.
Yeah, so this is what happened.
He's got a shoulder lock here in the bottom with almost full guard. He's he's good job on breaking the posture.
Yep. And so it's a 2-on-1 over there.
Mayhem. Oh, everybody's so it's all 1-on-1 across the board. Well,
except
4-on-4.
Yeah, except the 2-on-1 over there in the far up.
Oh, that's right, dude. That guy is still holding on.
He's still holding on.
Wow.
Even with the leg.
That's crazy. What a beast. He just took an elbow to the side of the dome.
Yeah.
Okay, well...
It's the Polish mentality, man. We don't care.
Oh!
Like, he took
U.S.
one in the face.
dude just kicked him in the face. Soccer kick.
Because he has to get...
Choking him out now.
Exactly.
Wow. He's trying to go for like a wrestler's hip position here, but, you know... Oh, knee to the dome.
Yeah.
That is nasty.
Yeah.
He is just brutally kneeing that guy to the head while his friend holds him.
Yep.
Dang, that just goes to show you how vulnerable you are with 2-on-1.
Yep, especially if you're grappling.
Woo, here we go again. This guy's got back mount.
Yep.
He's out of it.
He's out.
And that's the danger of these things. Sometimes people, they get a flash knockout and then they don't realize they've been knocked out and then they're still in the fight. They still want to continue.
Yeah.
They don't know that they've been completely disconnected.
Yep. This guy's done.
Getting dragged off there.
5-on-2.
Dang. That knee to the dome while that guy was down was crazy. So this guy's trying to go for... Looks like he's trying to go for an armbar.
Yeah, it looks like.
But he's completely nullified because he's got 2 people on him. I love how the rest of the U.S. team is... This guy is just like, I'm not going to do 3-on-1.
Yeah.
He's like, there's no reason for me to do 3-on-1.
And he's probably hurting. His hand's broken.
That's true.
But adrenaline-wise, probably not.
Oh, nope. Never mind. He's coming in with kicks.
Boom.
I spoke too soon.
Yep.
Never mind. Wow, dude. What a beast that guy's got 3-on-1 and he's still ticking. And this guy's got 2-on-1. These Polish people,
man. Every weekend, they fight like this.
Very tough.
So they're just like, you know what?
He's going for a Kimura.
I saw it right there.
Wow. One guy's going for Kimura. The other guy's got side control.
They tapped him.
Yeah, he's...
So now it's 5-on-1.
I hope they don't take this much damage every weekend. This is brutal.
I think most of their fights, they're not fighting professional MMA fighters like American.
Wow,
like
that referee is like, okay, we're done.
Yeah. And then I guess.
Oh, shoots! He kicked him in the butt. That's hilarious. He's trying to roll for a knee bar here while he's got 3 other people striking him.
Yeah.
Come on, ref, step in. Step in, guys. Let's go. Come on, that's enough.
Yeah, that guy wouldn't tap, man. He just wouldn't tap.
Yeah.
Man. Those are the 2 backups on Team America. Oh, Ryan's like, yeah. So the Polish are like, no, this was rigged because the first guy. So we'll re-examine the armbar again.
So where along the tournament is this? Is this first round, second round? What is this?
This is the Polish people second round, the Americans first round.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go to the semifinals after this.
Yeah. And what happened? Remember that Brazil fight we saw?
Yeah.
The Brazilian team actually had an injury, so they didn't fight. I believe the Brazilians should have fought another fight. So they should have fought the Russians or someone.
Gotcha.
Because everyone gets at least 2 seconds. Yeah, everyone gets at least 2 fights, and the Brazilians only had 1 fight, and the Latvians only had 1 fight. So I think the Latvians should have fought the Brazilians.
Interesting.
Because the Latvians, remember we saw the fight where they beat up the British people?
Yeah.
And that was their fight before they fought the Americans in the final.
Oh, okay.
So the Latvians should have fought the Brazilians.
So who takes it against... this guy looks kind of like a young Josh Barnett. That's crazy.
A little bit, yeah.
That's wild. He is stacked, dude.
That's Rhino.
Dude, I don't know how many supplements that guy's taking. Special supplements.
They spent 2 years after season 2 just like bulking up. So it could be natural.
Could be.
In fact, I think it's natural. I'm gonna give my Midwestern boys benefit of the doubt because I'm a Chicago person. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was a brutal fight.
That was gnarly, man.
Yep.
I can't believe that guy took a knee to the head while on the ground. That was nasty.
Maybe because they're Polish with their mama bread, it makes their skulls a little thicker. That's what I hope.
Some of these individual pairings. And man, this team of.
So this is the guy. This is the guy that got tapped out. So.
Okay.
Let's look at what happened.
28. He's got MMA background.
Yeah, MMA guy versus.
Very stocky.
Yep.
This guy's much lankier.
Sean Barnett. He's apparently the submission specialist on the USA team. So they go.
Yeah. He's going for the guillotine.
Whoa! He gets taken down.
Side control, and then he's established. Goes back to full mount, which is pretty good, or full guard, excuse me. And he goes to the armbar immediately. Nice, good roll. And then, wow. I guess
Do you think that was in?
That was so fast. Yeah, it was definitely in. Okay. It's just a matter of did he tap or not.
Yeah.
I guess the guy he must have felt a tap from the referee and assumed that it was his opponent that tapped. Who knows? Who knows if the Polish guy was going to be able to reverse that and get out of it? But I mean, that was a very slick armbar from the bottom. Notice that he didn't set it up with heel into the hip
and
and
the
all
wrapping
that.
and the angle. He just boom, one fluid motion.
One fluid motion.
So, and maybe some of the Polish people who said it was rigged, they don't see the fluid motion. They just think, oh yeah, it looked like a BS thing, and then
Yeah, well, you get caught up in the moment.
Yep. And Rhino goes with the kick.
Yeah.
When he already knocked him out before. And Rhino, his hand's broken, so he elects to grapple and takes him out of the... Ooh, and he's eating punches to the head.
Yeah, while outside the ring.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So now they have to get him back into the ring, basically.
So this dude's fighting with a broken hand.
Yep.
What a gnarly scenario.
Yep.
He
so
goes for a leg
kick.
Yeah.
Yep.
Goes for the takedown.
Again.
Good wrestling from this guy. I mean, he's taking this guy down at will.
Yep.
So the guy's not even doing a closed half guard here, which is crazy because he's just getting ready to pass.
Bam.
Elbows. Wow, 12 to 6 elbows.
He almost thought about punching. He's like, wait, my hand's broken.
Yeah, you can do so much damage from half guard. Like you can do Americanas, you can do Kimuras, you can do ground and pound. People don't realize how dangerous half guard is. That's why I don't stay in half guard. If you do have half guard, you better get the lockdown and you better be moving their leg all the time and keeping them in flux.
Oh, okay.
So that they can't rain down punches.
Makes sense.
If you keep them off balance, then they can't rain down punches.
That's the key. So if you're on the bottom, you have them in half guard, you got to keep them off balance.
Yeah, you have to do a lockdown and you have to keep them off balance. And preferably go, if you can go deep half and then take their back, that's better. But it's hard to do that in an MMA match.
Yeah.
Wow, that Polish guy just got woken up.
Yeah. So, Rhino beat him with the help of some friends. And I was like, yeah, money.
I wonder how much they get paid for this.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
I think if you win, you get $5,000, and if you don't win, like you lose in the final round, you get $1,500.
Wow.
So it's for the passion. It's for the sport.
Wow.
You know, these people really believe in this 5-on-5.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. This guy's all about the elbows. He's trying not to break his hand.
Yep.
It's good.
And he's much bigger from season 2. Season 2 is much smaller.
Interesting.
He's fighting a boxer. So the one guy who doesn't have grappling experience potentially. Boom, right there. Oh, this was the one we saw with them wailing. That makes sense now.
This U.S. guy is not backing down.
Nope.
Like he's like, I'm not gonna get backed up.
Yep.
And he has pretty good Muay Thai, except he just went off balance here. Now he's in full guard.
Yep. Now it's his territory.
He's actually blocking pretty well. He's trying to break the posture. Now he's got stacked. Now he's going for a knee bar or a heel hook. Looks like he's or maybe a straight ankle lock. Here we go. Oh no, he's going for the heel hook. Wow. So he almost reaped the leg here, which is not allowed in jiu-jitsu tournaments. But now, well, it is sometimes, but not always. This guy's getting lit up here. Yeah. Boom, getting lit up. That was a really hard strike to the face. Yeah. Really good props to him for surviving that.
And then he gets help from his friend who goes and kicks the guy.
That's right.
So this was the fight that we saw.
That's when it turned.
So good strategy in the Americans. You saw who was having trouble. You're like, okay, we gotta go help him immediately.
Yeah.
Because if he lost, then it would have been a 4-on-4 again.
Yeah,
and then it would have been equalized.
This knee to the dome. Yeah. Oh, over and over and over again.
And he was smart.
He swept him. Yeah, finally swept him. Now it's just over.
Yep.
Wow, that knee to the head is nasty.
Yeah. Oh man, now he's just covering up.
Yeah, and you know what, dude? You know what's scary about those soccer kicks? You catch a toenail to the eye, you can rupture an eyeball so fast. That's actually what happened to Winklejohn. He, he was holding mitts for one of his fighters, and a guy accidentally kicked him in the face, and the toenail ruptured his eye.
Oh,
that's why Winklejohn has a glass eye.
Wow. Well, wear goggles.
Yeah.
Especially in training. No reason to lose an eye when you're training. This is Beatty. This is our man.
Yeah, Beatty.
So, Beatty is fighting, I believe that's Curtis. No, Buck Nasty. Never mind. 21. Very young.
Yeah, very young. But, man, like, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Goes for the single leg, takes him down immediately. Grid wrestling. Progresses. As soon as he takes him down, he's working for side control. He looks like he's in half guard here. It's very spastic. I mean, that's a triangle waiting to happen, but I don't think he's in danger because the Polish are not interested at all in going for triangles.
Yep. And I think at this point, I believe right there, that's when the other fight's already finished, so Beatty gets help. Yeah, this is the right. So Beatty gets help.
Oh, he chokes
Not
him right
Beatty,
out.
sorry, the MBK or Buck Nasty.
Wow, Beatty does a good job of defending the rear naked here.
While he has someone else trying to destroy his leg.
Ooh, that's
See,
gnarly.
someone else is trying to destroy his leg while he's defending against a rear naked choke.
I would have just gone for the toe hold there. There's no reason to try and go for a heel hook or anything like that. You can just go for a toe hold really easily. This guy's got full mount here, and he's easily swept here because he's got his. When you have your arm underneath the head like that, you're very easily swept. The only problem is he's taking huge knees to the ribs.
Yep.
So Beatty's taking huge damage here.
Yep. Guillotine attempt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Guillotine attempt. While the other
guy
guy had butterfly for a second, then he was like, "Nah, full guard." And then this guy's like, "Let me choke him out. Let me go for the guillotine."
Wow.
You can see how that, like, when you have 3-on-1, there needs to be some strategy for not getting in your friend's way.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely looks like there sometimes like you run the risk of potentially actually hitting your teammate or something like that. Wow.
Beatty's got heart, dude.
Yeah.
The fact that he didn't verbally tap to this beatdown is nuts.
And I think it was the Kimura that got him.
Yeah, he's unconscious.
Yeah. Man.
He's waking up. He's like, "What are you guys doing here in my bedroom? What's happening?
Oh my god.
Are we getting breakfast? Where are we going?
Wow.
Who's got coffee?"
Oh man. Need some mama bread to fix those.
These guys, man.
Jeez.
I think it just must be that, like, there's a part of a lot of people that have warrior blood, and they just need to get it out,
Yeah,
you know.
do.
And you know, back in the day, they would have been the defenders of their tribe, and now they just have to find a 5-on-5 tournament
Exactly.
in Latvia.
In Latvia. Maybe one day in Indian country in America, or maybe in Canada. Well, definitely not Canada. Canada wouldn't stand for this, but. So the fight's in the far right over there. Bam, goes to the ground.
Right here?
Yeah, right there.
Okay, yeah. So the Americans do a really good job of wrestling.
Yep.
Obviously, they've got that Ohio. Is it Ohio?
Ohio, yep.
Yeah, they got the Ohio wrestling team right there.
Wrestling in the farmland.
So he's doing a good job. When you're in somebody's guard, it's good to put your hands in their elbow crevices, and you know that way they can't strike you, and it's hard for them to do an arm bar on you,
which he's trying
if they don't have hands. Yeah, but as soon as you put your hands on the mat, you're in danger of getting a shoulder lock or getting a rubber guard placed on you. You know, so you have to be careful about putting your hands on the mat. That's why if you watch like some old Pride footage, you'll see that a lot of people, they'll rest their hands like on the sternum, and then they'll do ground and pound from that position, so they don't want to get submitted.
I see.
But these wrestlers are from America. They're doing a good job of not getting swept.
Yeah.
It's easy to get swept if you put your hand on the mat underneath them, because they can do a whizzer, and then that way your one base is trapped next to their body, and if they grab one arm and one head, obviously. They tuck the head, you can roll towards that side, and you can always sweep somebody. If you remove any two bases, you can sweep towards that opening.
Makes sense. And that is easier said than done, because I have that concept in my head, but when I practice jiu-jitsu, I'm always lost.
Well, I think it takes practice to get used to it, but once you take that concept and put it to use, you're amazed at how easy it is to recover from a compromised position. This U.S. team is severely... Wow, they didn't even lose a single fighter.
Nope.
It seems to be the case that, like, usually it's five remaining.
Yeah.
You know, it's very rare that it's, you know, like two on one at the very end or something like that.
Exactly. There was one case in season 1 where there was one guy left, and he took out one guy from the 5, and then so it was a 4-on-1, but he immediately tapped because those guys were angry. He basically, back then the cage was a tire holding it up, so he pushed one of the guys' heads into the tire.
Oh, dang.
So yeah, it was the Russian team was so mad.
Wow.
So Russia versus Czech Republic. Look that fight up. You can either find it on the original TFC channel, or you can find it on our fight commentaries.
Yeah. So we can get these Ohio guys, the Nature's Wildberry, get them all shredded.
Exactly.
So if you're from the Ohio wrestling team, or if you're from this team, hit us up and get you some Nature's Wildberry.
Exactly. So that was the end of the fight, man.
Pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy.
I feel like that was the best wrestling we've seen.
Yeah.
They, except for that one crazy immediate punch from the false start.
Yeah.
It was almost the wrestling that just made the difference.
Took the day.
Made the biggest difference.
Because you don't want to wail with those poles.
No.
They're fucking huge.
Yeah, they're massive, and they're probably. Here's the thing: it really comes down to bone density and connective tissue strength.
Connective tissue
tendons.
strength.
If they've got there are definitely certain tribes of individuals that have very thick bones and very strong tendons, and those guys make for tanks when it comes to striking. And you do not want to strike with them.
Makes sense. Yeah. So I think the lesson to all of this is potentially we need some more rules in this type of fight.
I think certainly more rules would be great, but also I think that if you are going to do 5-on-5, then you've got to be training be effective against 3 opponents.
Yeah, exactly.
Or
At
2
least.
opponents. How do you do that? I mean, that's uncharted territory that needs to be figured out.
Yeah. And there are some videos on how to fight like 4 people, but a lot of it probably isn't practical. So we really need to somehow, in a safe environment, test and figure stuff out.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the techniques I've seen is like, okay, well, let's say there's 4 people hitting you. Well, you hit one in the balls, and then you try to hit the other in the balls.
Right.
And hitting the balls is one of the few things not allowed in this tournament. So we know that can't work.
Yeah, it's all very dependent upon like one hit elimination.
Exactly. It's all depending on one hit elimination. Most of the times it's not that simple. Even you'd be surprised. Most men can take at least 2 hits to the balls before they go down.
Not me, man. Not me. I take one. I'm Dunskies.
I one time I took a some lacrosse. It's not called lacrosse. Some street hockey hit me in the balls. Oh. I felt it, but I was still okay. Tried to destroy the person. This was in middle school.
Jerry Lou, balls of steel.
Maybe that explains why I'm getting my hair recession. It's because I took that really big hit to the
big cojones. I think your hair is fine, Jerry.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
Thank you.
Big, strong hair.
But a good lesson, guys, is don't rely on techniques that have one hit. You poke him in the eye once, he goes down. It's not always that simple.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the answer is to trying to have victory against 2 opponents, but it would be really fascinating to get like the top jiu-jitsu practitioners in the world together and have them have like a summit. You know what I mean?
Agree.
And be like, hey, let's try and figure this out. Yeah. That would be so interesting.
Because ultimately, I think most jiu-jitsu practitioners know, all right, in 2-on-1 situations, very likely you're fucked. But you can't just say that and like not investigate how to fight like that, because there will be situations you're cornered. You have to fight 2 people. Right. I mean, you have to be prepared. Yeah.
I feel like just out of being imaginative at the very beginning, what I'm thinking is that like if you have 2 opponents and you know, there's so much situational luck involved in and obviously getting 2 opponents like hip to hip. But if you can get 2 opponents hip to hip and you can lace up 2 of their arms, say one of your opponent's left arms and one of your opponent's right arms, because they're adjacent to each other, if you can lace them up in a triangle hold, then at least you might be facing the proper direction to pull a Kimura or a Americana on one of the opponents. You know what I mean? So you can hold on to both opponents while finishing one. That's my thought process. That's just like going off of not having any experience whatsoever in that realm, but it would be interesting to try and figure out.
Exactly. And I've never been jumped. Well, in elementary school, but that doesn't count. So, like, I don't know how it is to fight multiple people. I really don't. Yeah. And even the time in elementary school, there was 2 people attacking me, and they took turns attacking me. Yeah. So it was not like 2 people hitting me at the same time. So, like, when I was fighting one guy, the other guy backed off, and then when the other guy took a break, the other guy would fight me. So, like, I don't know how it feels to get 2 people, 3 people hitting me at the same time.
I feel like, you know how in jiu-jitsu it's always position before submission. I feel like that would be the same sort of application in 2-on-1. You would absolutely have to tether 2 of them together in one hold, whether it be a triangle with your arms. It would have to be with your legs. You'd have to triangle 2 of them with your legs, 2 of their limbs together with your legs, to allow your hands to work a submission on one of them, whether it be a toe hold, a wrist lock, an Americana, a key lock, a Kimura, or maybe if you're in a weird, awkward position, a strangle. Yeah, who knows? Exactly. But I think that it comes down to, tying up 2 of their limbs, adjacent limbs, in your leg triangle.
I see.
And then using your arms for the submission.
And so maybe in future, if they have future seasons, for practice, you need to have potentially one guy try to do exactly what you say. Yeah. And maybe since you're practicing 2-on-2, you have the other guy practice just pounding, preventing the 2 people tangled up from trying to posture out. Yeah. So he's like the one pounding and you're letting the guy finish his submission.
Yeah, I mean, it's wild. We can't possibly figure out exactly what's going to happen until we try it out, but it would be very interesting to try and see what happens.
Exactly. So for those of you watching, if you have any ideas, if you've been in any systems of martial art that do train multi-person, like actual multi-person combat type of resistance training, not just, okay, I do this, he does that, then like let us know. We would love to learn from you.
Yeah, I'm assuming footwork is huge. Yeah. Being able to pivot and circle around, kind of like Lomachenko does, to get out of a hairy situation with 2 attackers, that'd be probably very instrumental.
Exactly. Because most action movies, even if there's 100 people around you, they only attack one at a time.
Yeah, it's like Neo or whatever,
exactly. Jeez. And usually, as you can tell from these fights, it's not that simple.
Yeah. You got to figure out how to tie 2 of them together.
Yeah, exactly. So this was Fight Commentary Breakdowns, man. Lots of cool concepts and cool lessons.
Yeah. And use that promo code.
Definitely. Jerry, Liu, Nature's Wildberry. Thanks again, Nature's Wildberry.
Hey.